Recently, a friend of my client, he just called me and told me that his friend gave him my number. So what happened actually, he said that he is running business in the Middle East for the last 14 years and his business is operational across Saudi Arabia, Oman and in the UAE, but he has never had a website. So why he wants a website now? Because he saw people who have built a website a year ago, they're doing better. And why is that? Let's explain. So as a local service business, maybe you are doing maintenance, contracting about MEP and HVAC or any sort of local service business, you would think that, yeah, people are not that much interested in websites. You are getting clients by referrals. And why should you have a website and why should you invest in a website? That's a good question to ask. Also, that's a good point to lose money on, because now your loved ones are referring people to you for the service you're providing. So what would happen if no one asks about the service you're providing and your loved one have no one to refer? Yeah, that's so creepy, but it's also realistic as well, because not always the word of mouth marketing works. You have to have a solid, consistent plan about your digital marketing, because in today's world, people, they search any sort of business, any sort of solutions, any sort of products online. Some people, they buy from social media and others search on Google. So what happens if you're not in social media, if you're not online, and if you don't have a website? Yeah, you are doing it very, very wrong. There are businesses who offer their services B2B, so their clients are also business, and of course any sort of business, they would search about the company they are working with. And if you send a quotation, what would happen? They would just search the company, or you would have the domain name written on the quotation. But if you don't have, they might search about your company, writing the name of your company, and they found nothing. So what would happen? The company which comes first in the search rank, and they just visit the website, they would decide to choose a company who have the website. Why? Because they're getting their case studies, they're getting their about info, they're getting their background stories and also case studies, so they definitely can decide. And if you're not helping your clients to decide about doing business with you, so you're losing that client. That's very obvious. As a local business provider, you have to have your own website. Maybe you are doing maintenance business, you are doing cleaning business, maybe you have the deep cleaning service, you have the steel structure and other things, you have construction trades. These are the businesses which are local business, and the service providers, they reside in a driving distance from the client. So the local business always should have the website so that client can decide. Watching their website, they can visit, they can surf, they can scroll the page through, and the comfort they should feel on the website. So this is not the game of your social media following, because on the social media, people are watching your short reels. They're just the seer. They're not the buyer. So you need to have the buyers, and the buying clients will land on your website, and you have to invest greater on your website. Yeah, social media can be a great source of your business, maybe the 100% source, but you should have the website. Your social media ad campaign that can bring visitors to your website, and the website should have well decorated look. It should have a sleek design. It should have the modern icons and all the images and related to your business. And they should find your website easily navigating, and they should find your contact details as soon as they land on your website. On the hero section on the top, and of course on the bottom, you should have the WhatsApp icon floating on the left or right corner of the website. That is a necessity of your online presence, and you should invest on your website. You cannot afford to have a $100 or $200 website which can present your $5,000 service. So that cannot work. You should at least have a $1,000 budget for your website, and that would work fine. Because whenever you're having a website, you have a budget for your website, you have the maintenance, you have the monitoring going on, so you can relax and talk to your clients, which is your work. Monitoring and maintaining the website is not your task, so you can focus on your task which is designated to you. So if you don't have a website, you must have a website. If you have a website which is not working, you have to make it work. And if you need any sort of consultancy and you need to have a seat and a session, you can definitely visit passivecoder.com and book a 30-minute free consultancy session to plan your website development. And that's all for today. See you on the next video. Have a nice day.